Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. It's 32 FM 94.9. Today is the last day in the month of March 2022. Today is 31st of March. I'm here with Kenny. My name is Dele Adeyanju. Good to have you with us.
It's good to have you with us. Kenny Doritilu is my name. Talking about the papers we have this morning, the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post, and the Nation newspaper. Let's take a look at some of the major headlines out of the Punch newspaper. Train attack, El Rufai carpets military, ACF laments, DHQ fails to deploy to Kano in Northwest. Also, World Bank suspends Nigerian firm MD for bribery. MDLEA bust 5-member airport drug syndicate, seizes 19.8 million naira cash. Russia-Ukraine war, 12 latest updates to know as Russia announces fresh ceasefire. That's something you might want to check out of the Punch newspaper this morning. IPOB protests move to name second Niger bridge after Buhari. How CAF doctor died after Nigeria-Ghana clash in Abuja. NFF. Reps to meet medical directors over healthcare waste disposal 2023. Enugu commissioner resigns. Picks PDP governorship form. Buhari to host Nigerian president, Bazoum, Thursday. Kerry rejects prison food. Inmates excited by ex-IRT boss presence. Subsidiaries summons. NMPC has nothing to hide, Kerry tells lawmakers.
Right, I take stories from the Guardian newspaper. Headlines, actually, UK apologizes for hospital scandal over 200 baby deaths. UK apologizes for hospital scandal over 200 baby deaths. Also, I'm prepared to be president for better Nigeria, says Wike. PDP zoning meeting inconclusive as Kwakwanso the camps joins NNPC. Reps threatens sets of NNPC subsidiaries with arrest over non-appearance. Economy frustrating young entrepreneurs, Obasanjo declares. Oshimbajo, Babalola Akpata urge review of legal education curriculum. Experts blame government for failure to secure rails. Also, Olu of Warri visits Abiodun, predicts oil discovery in Ogun. Senate threatens Akpabio. NDDC boss with arrest over alleged non-payment of 2.2 billion naira contract. Anambra community seeks Soludo's intervention over monarch killing. Can PDP blame government APC for insecurity in Kaduna? More headlines from the Guardian newspaper this morning. The editorial normalized the naira for accelerated inclusive growth. And TB killed 156,000, infected 452,000 Nigerians in 2020. Those are headlines from the Guardian newspaper.
All right, moving over to the Daily Post newspaper this morning. It's an interesting one. Train attack. Federal government asks Nigerians to contribute money for patients' treatment. We'll be digging into that. I'm sure you're wondering what that's about. We'll take a look at that as we go ahead. Yoruba Nation. Group drags Malami INEC to court. Wants Osun Ekiti elections stopped. Okupe withdraws from presidential race. Asks Wike others to team up with Peter Obi. Buni hands over APC chairmanship to Adamu. Talking about politics there. Breaking news out of the Daily Post, as it is tagged. Slap drama. Mrs. Obiano apologizes to Bianca Soludo. Others. Yeah, that's another major talking point from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Kaduna train. Evildoers plotting to take over Nigeria must fail. That's according to the NGF. Kaduna Buhari under scrutiny over $1 million gift to Afghanistan using 10 Mercedes Maybachs. You want to take a look at that one as well from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Kaduna train attack. Buhari government aimless. Monumental failure. That's according to Dino Malai. This morning, Zamfara Assembly condemns Kaduna Abuja train attack. Of course, the fallout of that incident some days ago. Talking about the Kaduna incident.
From Premium Times newspaper, train attack. Deputy Speaker fumes as Amechi Irabo Alkali. Others shun hearing. Also, Nigerian police officers abduct music producer, force him to wire 1.2 million naira to them. 16 killed as Ogun cult killings escalate. How Zambian official died at Abuja Stadium. Nigerian Football Federation. How Buhari's admin ignored signs of impending attack on Abuja Kaduna train, failed to protect passengers. Number of poor people in Nigeria to reach 95 million in 2022. World Bank. What Nigeria others should do to defeat Boko Haram. More headlines from the Premium Times. Brekete family buys presidential nomination form for Nigerian governor. Police seek to stop NSAS panel's probe of missing suspect case. Also, Senate solicits pay per view constitutes panel to probe tariff hike. That's on cable TV. Adamu assumes office as APC chairman, speaks on plans for party 2023. FEC approves 1 billion naira for lie detector, night vision glasses for NDLEA. 1.3 trillion naira claimed funds. Reps panel discovers 300 billion naira in commercial banks. Okupe withdraws from presidential race, backs Obi. Ex-Ekiti governor Fayose canvasses support for Wike's presidential ambition. Those are headlines from the Premium Times newspaper.
Out of the Nation newspaper this morning, train attack, terrorists contact hostages' families. That's a major one from the Nation this morning. Institute seeks financial inclusion for youths, women. Autumn Arctic Bedlam. I believe that's an editorial piece out of the Nation newspaper this morning as well. America launches COVID-19 website. Also, we will mobilize funds for Obiano's wife's senatorial ambition. Who's that? Take a look at that. Time permitting this morning. Community threatens to occupy government house. Contractors threatening to ground desert paddock. Due to investors explore biosphère beyond oil. Some of the stories out of the Nation newspaper this morning. Let's see if we can take some more. Beyond Abba Kyari, I believe that's an editorial piece you should take a look at if you're interested. I was paid to criticize Davido for not getting married to Chioma. That's some entertainment piece out of the Nation newspaper this morning.
Front page of the Nigerian Tribune, we have this. Federal government approves procurement of lie detectors, night vision goggles for NDLEA 2023 presidency. Blackmail can't stop North from fielding candidates, Northern Coalition. And let's see, Nigeria-Ghana match vandalized facilities at MKO Abiola National Stadium. We have some photos there. Abuja Kaduna train attack. Youths donate blood. Terrorists contact families. How bureaucracy caused train attack. Amici attack questions our collective ability to govern. Governors. Reps blast service chiefs over failure to honor invitation. Federal government must prosecute indicted 1,200 terror sponsors. Suspects now. Falano. OAU student murder trial. Court dismisses no case submission by Adedoyin. Others. And Reps Committee uncovers 300 billion naira unclaimed funds from banks. In banks. And also river pollution. Osun declares war on illegal miners. Just three more. FIRS contributed 59.45% of revenue shared by FAC monthly in 2021. Olu of Wari visits Abiodun, predicts all discovery in Ogun. And lastly, Edo Assembly passes anti-open grazing bill.
All right, we'll take a short break right now, and when we come back, we have Professor Oluojedokun with us this morning, and he'll be helping us make sense of the news coming out of the papers this morning. To stay with us.
Hello, alábàágbé mi. Mo ní kí wọ́n bẹ̀yìn wò ni. Ìyá Abíọ́lá, àlàáfíà la wà. Ẹ ṣeun. Mo kọ yín kọ̀. Wọ́n wà. Ẹ̀yin náà ńkọ́. Kódà ìyá mi lábúlé gan wà lálàáfíà. Ìyá Abíọ́lá, ṣé kò sí? Mẹ́wòó. Ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ fún yóò jẹ́ rí mú mi o. Ni mo bá ní wá fọwọ́ ara mi tún ara mi ṣe. Ẹ wọlé wá jẹ́wọ́ jàre. Àgbéyẹ̀fun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀ngá jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tuntun dé o. Ohun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ tó fúnrẹ́sì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín lójúlówó adùn àti ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tí ò ṣeé kọ̀ sílẹ̀.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
There are moments in life when you're just so scared and you feel like just giving up. Oh, but Dino Milk is saying, we know that you can do it. Believe in yourself and then go for it. Go for it. Nourishment, oh, that is your Dino Milk. Oh, yes, Dino Milk, Dino Milk. Drink up your Dino Milk.
African giants. Nation of the go-getters, home of the proud, woke at all times. Our batteries never die. Everyone has a limit, but you, nothing to you. We are pretty as a picture. We are brave, we are bold. We are the A-Class. Oppo A96 smartphone with Super VOOC fast charging, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of large storage, and adaptive refresh rate technology. Pre-order and get exclusive gifts and 2 years warranty. Valid to the 3rd of April 2022. Visit any Oppo authorized retail store nationwide. www.opponigeria.com. T's and C's apply. Oppo A96, a perfect choice for the A-Class.
Canada needs immigration to massively drive our economy and help fill the huge labor shortages. The government of Canada is determined to attract more than 1.2 million families and individuals to relocate between 2021 and end of 2023. This is unprecedented. The government of Canada will allow only those who will be employable to get the permanent visa. Jonathan King Limited will assist professionals, graduates, and artisans in various fields and trades to go to Canada and prosper. Education in Canada is not just one of the best in the world, it is one of the cheapest. Jonathan King Limited will help students secure full-time graduate and postgraduate admissions to tertiary institutions. Full-time students are allowed to work in Canada. There are also opportunities for scholarships, grants, or at least interest-free loans. Pick up a registration form immediately at Jonathan King Limited, 1st and 6th floors, Cocoa House, Ibadan. First floor, God's Grace Plaza, 65 Allen Avenue, Ikeja, and the Bronx Bookshop, former CMS, besides Our Saviour's Cathedral, Ijebu-Ode.
Registration ends 19th of April, 2022.
Right after the day's breakfast. Yummy. With Mama Do's bread for bread. Yummy. We love his rich and buttery taste. Yummy. We love to have it with our bread. Yummy. Nutritious. Mama Do's bread for bread. We like it. Mama Do's bread for bread. Delicious. Mama Do's bread for bread. We love it. Mama Do's bread for bread.
New Mama Do's bread for bread. It gives you the right nutrients and energy to be your best each new day. New Mama Do's bread for bread. Deliciously nourishing for a bright start.
Congratulations to schools, parents, and pupils in Ibadan. Primus Media Club has landed in the ancient city. Yes! Discover and sharpen pupils' basic media and communication skills like public speaking, creative writing, oratory, virtual communication, among others. Primus Media Club for secondary students and pupils in primary 3 upward. We don't just teach and train. We engage and expose members to different fun activities where they win exciting gifts and prizes. And the big one, members of our club present our radio shows from time to time. Primus Media Club, more than just a press club, a debating society, or a social club. It's all encompassing. Proprietors, directors, and parents, reach us now to establish Primus Media Club in your school. Call Afuda on 0816-274-6129. Primus Media Club, safeguarding the future, one fan at a time.
Thanks for letting me stay the night.
You're welcome, dear.
I slept so well. Your bed is simply divine. And your pillows are so... like I was resting my head on a cloud.
Mocha makes amazing pillows. That one is the Crown Anti-Allergy Pillow.
I think it's time I changed mine. I have been using them for ages.
You should. Doctors recommend changing pillows every 1 to 2 years.
Really?
When was the last time you changed your pillows? Buy a Muka pillow today and sleep healthy.
Muka, adding comfort to life.
Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. 32 FM 94.9. The program is Brooker Dawn Newspaper Review, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Once again, my name is Dele Adeyanju.
My name is Kenny Durotilu. We have Professor Oluwajedukun with us this morning. Now, Prof, there's a story that caught my eye. I had all the questions to ask you this morning, but I just have to lead with this one. Now, the federal government has asked Nigerians to raise funds for the treatment of those who sustained injuries when bandits attacked a train heading to Kaduna from the FCT. That's according to the Daily Post. Now, you might, of course, you know about the whole thing about bandits gunning down at least 9 persons, while others sustained injuries, several degrees of injuries during the attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train. Now, the incident has triggered reactions. Minister of Transportation Roti Amechi is at the center of this. He spoke recently where he visited victims and of those who were injured as a result of that particular incident. Now, he has asked Nigerians to liaise with the hospital to contribute money, as some of the patients who have bullets in their body may need surgery. He said they said they have only 7 patients left and the rest have been discharged. The ministry and I think the federal government are grateful to the Nigerian army for providing such services. But one thing I have said to the Nigerian people is to liaise with the hospital management and see how much money they can contribute to the treatment of patients.
Yes, first, top of the day to the viewers out there. I think this is quite astonishing. This is incomprehensible. The train company has a duty of care to all those that they transported. The duty of care was breached, and of course it resulted in damages. Damages means injuries to the people concerned. So whichever way you look at it, it is the responsibility of the train company, which is owned by the federal government, and the federal government should have responsibility for the treatment. I think it's quite insensitive to be asking Nigerians to be contributing after this government has failed abysmally when it comes to securing the lives, property, and the welfare of Nigerian citizens. I think that was a gaffe. I think that statement
coming from a minister, a sitting minister,
yes,
of transportation. I don't know how that
yes.
how that works.
Well, but if you look at his previous statement, I mean, it's not all blame on his part. If you look at his previous statement, he actually said that the security arrangements, I don't know what is called the monitoring arrangements, which would have cost 3 billion naira, was vetoed either by the executive committee of the Federal Executive Council, and that has led to this attack, and it's going to cost us much more. In other words, the doctrine or the principle of collective responsibility doesn't even apply to this government. The government is in disarray. It's quite clear. The government is in disarray. That nobody has a handle on the government, and everybody is plowing his own furrow, left, right, and center. But that's an unfortunate statement. It is the responsibility of this government and this government alone to ensure that those who have bullet wounds are treated and are cared for until their lives, they can live their lives and go back to their daily occupations. So I don't accept that statement made by the minister.
Is it born out of the urgency of the situation? It's maybe he's being realistic. Maybe he's just trying to be realistic as possible to the people of Nigeria.
No, I think it's lack of joined up governance. I think it's the paucity of thoughts. I think they've run out of ideas, and I think they're just making it up as they go. So if they're desperate, they don't know what to do. You understand? They can't secure the lives and property. The army, you understand, really is overwhelmed. The structure, or whatever, is not working. They plowed so much money into the rail. The rail was making a lot of money, and they were returning. But I also think what they're trying to cover up is an embarrassing fact. There were 900 plus on that train. But the manifest reveals that only 396. Do you know what that means? That's the corruption of Nigeria. That is on the grand scale, and that's what goes on every day in Nigeria.
But instead of telling Nigerians to contribute money for the treatment of the victims, what is NHIS doing? This is when NHIS should step into on the bills of the treatment.
Yes, that's another dimension, of course. That's where they should step in, because people do make their contributions. But even if NHIS failed and didn't, I've already said that there's a legal requirement for the train company, which is owned by the federal government, to take care of it. It's a legal requirement. If somebody's going in your car, taxi, public transport, and there's an accident, you understand, from that point of view, you have responsibility for the treatment of that person. You cannot farm it up and ask the members of the public to begin to contribute. So
yesterday, Roti Amechi and Lucky Rabo were invited to the House of Representatives, but they didn't show up, and the House is not having any of that.
Well, you see, the House itself, whether it be the Senate or the House of Representatives, has shown again and again that they're a toothless bulldog. You see, the other time they invited the president and other people and they didn't turn up, nothing happened. So people learn to treat them with impunity, with lack of respect. They have a responsibility here. They are the oversight body. They are the legislative body. And therefore, part of their duties is to see what the executive is doing with the money, doing with the laws that are in place, and to ensure that those laws are being applied, or if there's any gap, to be able to address it. I think it's disrespect for them not to show, or not even to for people to show up.
Or perhaps
at least a letter should have been written.
Or perhaps it's too early.
Well, it might be too early, and they might be involved in so many issues. They might be very busy. If I were them, I would have negotiated with the House to say, House, we can't immediately turn up, but let my permanent secretary or let my director of whatever turn up, or I will turn up in 2 weeks' time or 1 week's time. But not to show, not to communicate, shows that there's a problem somewhere. Either the House of Reps is not communicating appropriately, or either the minister, you understand, does not want to give them the regard.
Now, people are asking questions about the equipment or the ammunition we have bought with hard-earned naira in this country, the Tucano, all those things we have them, but the insurgents keep swearing they're having a field day. Now, the Federal Executive Council has approved 1 billion naira again for the lie detector, night vision glasses for the NDLEA. Now, does the lie detector even work? Does it even work? Even if it works elsewhere, will it work in Nigeria?
No, even if it works in Nigeria, are you sure that it's not going to be compromised? Are you sure that they're not going to manipulate the results and so on? So to me, I don't think it's our priority right now. It's not our priority. Of course, there's a drug war going on, but it's our priority from that point of view. But you see, what I want to veer off into is that we have consistent intelligence failure. You know, whilst the intelligence agencies were concentrating on the Moshood Abiola stadium, suggesting that IPOB was going to attack, they failed to read the handwriting on the wall. Once those bandits, or terrorists rather, once they attacked the airport, the international airport in Kaduna, it was more likely, you understand, that they were going to find, because they didn't really succeed, they were going to find another loophole, another transport, or something to attack. And the security agencies, DSS or what you call them, rather than concentrating on chasing civilians like Showore and so on, should have used their intelligence, you understand, and gone after these people and anticipated that there was going to be an attack. Our intelligence is zero, it's failure. We don't anticipate attacks. And even now that it's happened, how many of the bandits have they chased? How many of them have been arrested? People have been kidnapped. I don't even know whether negotiations have started with the kidnappers. We don't know where the people are. We just know that phone calls have been received by certain people that their wards or their parents or their
they haven't demanded ransoms yet. That we know. But they've been receiving phone calls.
Oh, they've been receiving phone calls to say yes, we have them. You know, from that point of view, what is this NIN stuff? Don't we have this NIN stuff where they should be able to locate where you are?
To trace which calls is coming from
and so forth.
That's why I said spending 1 billion naira on lie detector is just going to be a sham. Some people want to eat, they're preparing for whatever festival that they want to celebrate. All right. So now, talking about this full military force, is it going to work against these people? What is stopping us? Do we need foreign intervention?
Let me add to that. So El Rufai has come out to say that basically he wants terrorist hideouts to be bombed. Of course, he has said that the DSS has information, the intelligence, like you say, and all of that. They have the numbers, telephone lines, and all of that. He's saying that, hey, just go for these people, but you guys are not going for them. The military is not going for them. What do you make of this? What are your thoughts?
First and foremost, the foreign intervention, I think, is a no-go. It's not going to help us succeed where others have failed. In terms of you need to ask the question, is there some complicity within the security forces? Because if they know where they are, and they're reticent, and they're not bombing them, and they have these facts, and they have these figures, then the security forces, particularly the army, have questions to answer. What exactly is going on? Are they in cahoot? And if they're not in cahoot, you understand, what exactly is going on from that point of view? So El Rufai will be right to ask those questions. I'm not suggesting they are, but those questions must be asked. They're fundamental questions. The army has a role to play. The Air Force has a role to play. And in fact, even the Navy to a certain extent. It is the defense of the territorial integrity of Nigeria. But more importantly, the government has a role to play to secure the welfare and, of course, the security.
What about the immigration service?
Yes, they too have the role to play, and that comes under the federal government's role of securing the security and welfare of the citizens. But it just seems as if the government is amok. We don't seem to have governance. The reality of it is we are not being governed. I think we should stop deceiving ourselves. Let's not stop listening to people who say that this government has achieved this and that. They have not really achieved much in terms of security. People's lives are at risk. People cannot rest easy in their beds. And the reason for that is that from 2015 till now, according to World Bank, according to many agencies, international agencies, Nigeria is worse off in poverty, worse off in terms of security. The only thing that we say we are better off, you understand, is the infrastructure. And the infrastructure has been systematically bombed by the terrorists. So where are we?
Now, former President Olusegun Obasanjo yesterday declared that the poor economic situation in Nigeria was frustrating young entrepreneurs. The ex-leaders made the declaration at the Youth Development Center of the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library. He said during the program, they presented checks and all that. Now, if the economy is frustrating young entrepreneurs and the security situation is not encouraging them, then we cannot fix the economy without first, not even side by side, first fixing the security situation, which we don't know if it's going to get. If we don't, I don't even know the kind of leader that we're going to get.
Well, first and foremost, I agree to a certain extent with the president, but I don't agree with him completely, because the other thing that is frustrating young entrepreneurs are the security forces. Do you know what happens when a young entrepreneur is stopped? The first thing they do illegally is to get your phone, you understand, and they try to see whether you have, some apps and so on and so forth. And after that, they take you to the DFCC. Before they drop you off, they extort you. Many of those people are being frustrated. So apart from this poor economic situation frustrating, there's also the corruption. There's also the high-handedness of our security forces that's actually frustrating young entrepreneurs. But as you said, if you don't have security in the land, you understand, then it's going to be very difficult to operate. But at least the local people know their way around. It means that foreign direct investment, which is a fuel for growth, which allows many developing countries to leapfrog into the next level, doesn't happen at all. Then we have the education part of it, where HASU is on strike. Students who should be graduating, you understand, their skills being put to best use for the economy. Many of them are unable to do that. Somebody who's supposed to be in 500 level now is still in 300 level. So all those factors coming together, a cocktail mix, and all of them, of course, degrades the opportunities that our youths and our young entrepreneurs should have.
You mentioned something about the NIN and the SIM registration, and that means it's not effective. But today, 77.1 million identity numbers issued as NIN SIM registration ends today. What is the implication so far on tracking down terrorists, bandits, insurgents, and all that?
I think they will argue that we have over 130 or so lines stand to be corrected. That would be the argument of the agency, and so that it might be in those millions. That's where all those bandits are. But I don't think that's an adequate excuse. The lines, most of the active lines, you understand, I imagine have now been registered. I imagine have now been linked. I mean, I was able to link mine yesterday, the MTN, after trying so many since November to do it on the, they give you some numbers. It didn't work at all. So, but I think most of them have been linked. And therefore, you must raise questions. If they have this weaponry, I use it to call weaponry, or tools at their disposal, it's a failure if they cannot use it to track criminals, or if they cannot use it to track these people. They should be able to know where these people are. They should know where they are. They should know where they're operating from. And as that was going on, if a dying woman, a dying lady could treat, you understand, which means that from that treat, they should have been able to link up other electronic devices or phones of the terrorists.
Unfortunately, we didn't take that lady seriously. Nigerians didn't take that lady seriously.
No, I don't think I think it's wrong to say Nigerians. A few Nigerians, and of a particular political coloration, I won't mention the political coloration, didn't take her seriously. And the reason why a few people didn't take her seriously is because people come on Twitter for a cruise, you understand? People basically are cynical, they don't believe anything, you understand? And they feel that everybody that comes there has come to cruise, and they don't take people seriously. Something that would have been used as a means to save lives, to save property and so on and so forth, is now become a toxic mix, an object of derision. A lot of people are leaving Twitter, you understand, or being silent on Twitter, because at the end of the day, people just are very toxic. The bitterness that sits through Twitter sometimes, it's appalling.
All right, Prof, before we go on a break, I'd like to take your thoughts on the Obasanjo story again. He said that his good friend, Chief Afebabula, was moved to tears, talking about the economic situation in the country right now and all of that. Beyond tears, how do we go forward from here? How do we solve this problem? I know it's a dire situation. It's not what we want. No, but beyond that, we have to be proactive.
No, we've asked the question many times. The main problem with this government's economic policy is that it's disjointed. We are not attracting foreign direct investment. In terms of risk factor, the security situation doesn't help. So a lot of people who have money to invest will not invest in Nigeria because the risk factor is of the Richter scale. So they are not going to invest. That's it. Then secondly, what is it? We borrow more and more and more to consume. to spend on recurrent expenditure. We're not serious at all with our recurrent expenditure. The fundamental objective of the finance minister is to borrow, borrow, borrow. She goes around searching around the globe, searching through and through the globe, seeking places who will borrow us money. Instead of us to look at our tax system, to look at innovative taxes, not taxes on the poor, not taxes on people on the middle class who's already overburdened, but creative taxes, so that people who can pay these taxes will pay these taxes. So we're not looking at that. We're not looking at stimulating demand, stimulating growth, from that point of view. So our economic policy, the central bank, you understand, some would argue that instead of the central bank focusing on our monetary policy and stabilizing inflation and so on and so forth, the central bank's governor is being distracted because people are carrying placards all over the country saying that he should go for president. President on what basis? On a pile of failure? I really don't understand. So when you look at the economic indices and everything you bring together, I don't know what Salami has done, because Salami was appointed as the chief economic advisor, but nobody is piloting our economic ship. We are heading in, towards a disaster, basically. So the first thing we need to do basically is look at how we can stabilize the security situation so that foreign direct investment can come in. Stop harassing these youths that are bringing in a lot of money through their entrepreneurial know-us and so on and so forth, and then find a way to tax accordingly, reduce the current expenditure, stop borrowing at a criminal rate, you understand, like a drunken sailor. If we can get all these things together, then we will stabilize, we are not going to be out of it, but at least we stabilize. Now we are bleeding, and we are bleeding.
All right, so we'll take a break for another round of messages. When we come back, we open the phone lines.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quick, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Are you a young school leaver waiting for admission or a tertiary institution student held back by ASU incessant strike actions or professional itching to switch to a career in IT? Zenith Technologies brings you good news of its Technology Fellowship Program. This is a 2-year program where you are trained to become a software engineer or cybersecurity professional or data analyst or cloud engineer with an opportunity to work with a fast-growing company. Through these programs, all successful candidates shall be given a laptop each with hybrid learning model and have access to our technology hub in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, or Ibadan with a host of other opportunities. What then are you waiting for? Visit www.senoftech.xyz/tech fellowship to register for just 10,000 naira only. Application closes on 31st May 2022. For more inquiries, please call 0907 197 3859. Zenith Technologies, a key to unlocking your potentials in IT.
Hello, Chooks. Biko, wetara new laptop, 2 boxes, rechargeable fan, 3.
Your call credit has been exhausted.
Yeah, Ebuka, Biko, load 1,000 naira INT'L for this phone now. Ebuka, I send you 1,000 naira. You go load 8,000 naira. Be this boy in Apuara there.
Oga, no. As they make plenty call. Now why use Ovajara load the card?
Bam! Get 8 times your recharge plus double data on Ovajara. You also get 1,000 naira bonus on every new SIM activation. Dial star 544 hash from an existing SIM to opt in.
Oh yeah, take. Go buy food for Mama Chi place. Make she add Ovajara.
INT'L, the smartphone network.
àní ò sí níbẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ dára lóòótọ́. Yes, no gain saying that education is good. Ṣùgbọ́n kí ni ká ti ṣe? What is the fate of a student whose dreams and aspirations are hanging because of higher institution admission? Oríire ti dé. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi Ibadan campus is admitting into a part-time program. Àǹfààní ti ṣí sílẹ̀ gbayawo fún akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti kàwé gboyè National Diploma (ND) in courses like computer engineering, computer science, electrical and electronics, statistics, accountancy, business administration, mass communication, graphics and advertisement pẹ̀lú multimedia technology. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi Ibadan campus wà beside Catholic Church Owode Estate, Borehole, Àpáta. Application form is 5,000 naira only. For more information, call 0901-216-4632 tàbí 0912-985-2803 or 0807-437-8737 or send a mail to info@ibadan.noveltypolytechnic.com.ng. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi, ilé-ìwé gíga ti di ìrọ̀rùn.
I'm living the life cause I get Tizeti. Hey, kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò imú gbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀. Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti. Ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ní Yàwàlù. Torí pé gbajúgbajà nílé iṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún ilé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti. Ẹ lè browse, kẹ́ stream, kẹ́ sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data. Kèé máa ṣeré ìwọ ni kò má sọ̀fànù 12,500 naira péré lẹ́ẹ̀fì jẹ mùlá data fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú 59,500 naira tí wọ́n fi bá yín gbé kalẹ̀. Tẹ́sí lu ayélujára fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko láì níkọ̀sẹ̀. Ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo. Ẹ sì lè pe 090-8749-3040 090-8749-3040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng. Ayélujára ní Yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
Mommy says I'm gonna put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. So we can prepare our minds for school work.
Okay, Smart Kids show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh yes, 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids show.
Oh, I wanna build a train track.
All right, it's great to have you back with us as the paper review 32 FM 94.9 070-55,949 080-97,949. Those are the numbers to be part of the conversation this morning. We do have some messages on Facebook. Take a look at that in a bit. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. This is Olu from LLA. Hello.
Olu, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah. My first contribution will be on the issue of statement credited to the minister, calling on Nigerians to donate money so that those people can be trained. When I will say, well, so far, to save the life of those people, but naturally, it is the insurer of that train that should be responsible. But this is Nigeria. I don't know what is really happening. Then the issue of the security. I don't know why those sponsoring, what do you call it, the terrorists, that the government said they have their list. They refuse to do anything. But God will save us. Good morning.
All right. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that one. Let's take a look at some messages from Facebook. Okay. Have another call. Let's see who's here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Thank you, Professor Jadoki. John Njoku is my name. I'm calling from Challenge. Yes, very good news. The court dismisses no case submission by Adedemi. You see, that pronouncement is in order. It is true that the court has power to safeguard an accused person from oppression and prejudice. Such a will result if is sent to trial pursuant to an information which discloses no offense, which is in any way linked. Allegation of criminal involvement in the death of Timothy has been leveled against Adedemi and others. Therefore, asking for no case submission now will be a futile exercise. That pronouncement is in order, and I'm in support of it. John Njoku is my name. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Prof, you want to react to that?
Yeah, well, that case has been rumbling on for some time, particularly the Adedoyin case from that point of view. And I think the only basis on which that case would have been dismissed on a no-case submission will be if there's no prima facie case. It shows there's a prima facie case, doesn't mean he's guilty, but it shows that there's a case to answer.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning, David.
Morning.
Morning, Kenya. Good morning, Paul. This is okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for what you said. We talked about, somebody just raised the issue of the young lady that is late now that tweeted, and I talked about it yesterday that we seem to have lost our humanity. Yes, bro, there is a particular party coloration that actually did that, and it's disheartening that literally in everything, even when people being problematic, we still want to bring in that. And like I want to say this morning, please allow me, I actually have a feeling.
Oh dear, we
lost him.
We lost that call. He actually raised a very vital point there. I don't know about you, but yesterday I felt there was something wrong. We had the match between Nigeria and Ghana yesterday, and of course
2 days ago.
Yes.
2 days ago.
Yes.
Okay. So before that, of course, the Kaduna incident and all of that, I felt something was amiss. And the fact that people just went to this, the stadium, just had that. There was no, even at the match, there was nothing, to suggest that, okay, we had such a major tragedy just happened. Is there a normalization, of, insecurity? And, it's like people are just blocking these things out and just going about their lives.
No, certainly there's a degree of normalization. I didn't see the footballers wear any black armbands as is done traditionally when people die.
Right.
There wasn't any. Well, I think there was a minute silence or thereabout.
I understand there wasn't. There actually wasn't.
Oh, there wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so it shows you that it just supposes it sort of gives credit to what you say. That as far as we are concerned, is business as usual, and that what's the value of a Nigerian life?
Major question. I believe that's something for us to steal. Let's see if we can take one more call. 070 55,000 949 080 97,000
As I said yesterday, it's not. We are used to the tragedies in this country, so that's why we believe life goes on. If it happens, it has happened. Let's wait for the next incident that's going to happen.
And there's also a vacuum. Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, this is three days. 3 days has happened. He's not said a word, not a word. The president which we elected, the president who was elected to guarantee the security and the welfare of Nigerian citizens has gone mum, not a word. It's either that the president is unaware of what is going on, but he's just stubbornly refusing to engage.
What do you expect him to say?
No, I expect
with his condolence and all that.
I expect him to sue.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You have 1 minute, sir. Let's hear you. What's your name?
On the line. I want you to react to the angry reaction on that stadium.
Just go ahead.
To be sincere to ourselves, paralyzing the government properties is bad and uncalled for. But the frustration aggression theory says when people are frustrated, they will always express their aggression through any means. So destruction of that Abuja Stadium by angry youth is a symptom of general frustration in the country under the APC maladministration. So may God heal our land. That is my own point of view.
All right.
Thank you. In times of crisis, the president talks to the nation, assures us, gives us hope. It doesn't mean things will be better, but at least we know we have a leader. Today, I'm not sure we have one.
It gives hope today, it gives hope tomorrow, but the incident keep repeating itself.
But it doesn't give hope. That's the point. It doesn't.
Let's take our leave. My name is Dele Adinyoju. Thank you, Prof, for coming.
Thank you.
My name is Kenny Doherty. The Break of Dawn Paper Review back your way tomorrow. Enjoy your day.